Okay, let's put the big doggo in front of everything.
Tell me.
They still have buffs? I do. Let's go. She's not. Oh. Why isn't she? Oh, because it's up there, of course. Oh, I'm not ready for this. Gosh, I'm not ready for this. Oh, hello, father. Argus raises his head and stares vacantly at his daughter for several moments. Then, he nods and drains the goblet before him in a single huge gulp. He can smell the sour reek of stale alcohol in the air. Hello, Camellia. So, you finally came, and you even dragged the commander along. I suspected that you wouldn't come here alone. You know, I've been wondering when you would finally show your face here. Arashatora, thank you so much for the follow. Thank you so much, and welcome. Welcome again. Welcome to the community. I was wondering when you would finally show your face here. Haven't I always taught you that it is extremely impolite to be late for an appointment? Papa, you stink. I believe you will forgive me for this weakness under the circumstances. And if you don't, you can always leave. I won't stop you. The door is right over there. Horgus, you were expecting us? This isn't a chance meeting? It was not you I was expecting, although I thought you might put in an appearance. No, I was waiting for Camellia. Some time ago, I received a letter from my beloved daughter, in which she invited me to meet her here at my mansion in Ganabres. I came as quickly as I could. I've been here for several days now, waiting for my dearest daughter to arrive. Uh-oh. Horgus frowns at you, examining your face. Don't tell me you knew nothing about this meeting. Could it be that my sweet girl has you wrapped around her little finger, that she tricked you into coming here to watch the spectacle unfold? The little minx? What did you do after I left for the Abyss? I left Drazen as soon as the Queen took hold of the reins of the government. Of course, I highly respect our dear Godfrey, but it was you I had followed into the crusade, not her. For whatever reason, I do not believe our Queen would succeed in her attempts to defeat the wound, so I moved to the Rosian while my mansion in Canabres was under renovation. Fergus turns his eyes on Camellia and shrugs. But none of that matters anymore, does it? Uh-oh. I came here to help Camellia talk to the spirits. I didn't expect to meet you here. Surprised, were you? As for me, I knew the moment I received her letter why she wanted to meet with me. She wants to talk to spirits, does she? How can you have spent so much time with my talented daughter without realizing that whatever Camellia wishes to talk to a spirit, it always involves murder? Murder? I have no idea what kind of spirit she has in that bone trinket, but why would it want so much blood? You do know that Camellia killed 5 people while she lived under this roof, don't you? Well, she did kill a lot more people with me. First, her mentor, an old Varisian woman, then 4 more. They were thugs, bandits, and murderers. They had it coming, to tell the truth. They broke into this mansion seeking to rob us. That's Canabres for you. A border city with all kinds of riffraff lurking about. My guards caught them, tied them up, and tossed them into the cellar. They never reported the break-in to the authorities. Why bother? Those thugs would have been executed anyway. Warren always made short shrift of such rabble. Well, someone is very, very, very drunk, and you can see bottles all around him. He's been drinking forever. Oh, he knows. So when she asked, when he knows and he came anyway, why would he come? Why? If he knows that she was gonna kill him, why would he show up? But the things Camellia did to them down in the cellar, I never saw it myself, I only heard it. And then later, when I buried their corpses, I felt relieved that I was not in their place. Camellia remains silent. Only the sound of her labored breathing indicates that she is still here. Why did you protect her secret? Why did you cover up the murders? Camellia is the daughter of Horgus Gwyrm. A true daughter, my blood, though I may have concealed that fact from society. Yes, she is special, unusual, very sensitive to the world around her. Whose fault is it that the damned spirits drove her insane? I know nothing about spirits. I have never talked to them myself. But Camellia, she is naturally gifted. She understands them. She says we have a chance to learn how close the ward wound once... how to close them, the ward wound once for all. This end justifies all means, doesn't it, Commander? Not all of them. What is a father to do? The bloodline of Horgus Gwyrm cannot be broken, and I have no other heirs. Horgus sighs heavily. His shoulders slump as if weighted down by a burden he has been carrying for many years. I think I stayed true behind the answer that I gave her. That, you know, he was not the best father, but he was also not the worst. In ways or another, not only he did protect himself, but he also protected her and tried to give her everything he could. It's kind of sad. Camellia, what's going on here? She remains silent. You can't see her face, but you hear her breathing, shallow and fast. Her shoulders are rising and falling jerkily, and her right hand is trembling. Camellia? Explain. Oh, I don't want to see this. Camellia jolts slightly and turns to you. Her eye seems to look right through you. Her lips are parted and her rasping breath reminds you of an animal's growl. Her right hand is clutching a thin stiletto that seems to have come out of nowhere. Isn't it obvious? Horgus stands up heavily from the table and approaches his daughter, stumbling a little. She has finally come to take my life. I've been waiting for this moment since the day it all began. I knew it would come. Of course, I had hoped that Camellia would placate her spirit somehow, or perhaps that the commander would close the ward wound and put an end to all these sacrifices. But it's too late for that now. I am ready to die. My whole life is a lie. It does not even feel like mine, but someone else's. I did everything I could to ensure that the name of Horgus Gwyrm would go down in history and his bloodline live on. I have had to lie and cover up crimes along the way. Well, the time has come to pay the piper, and if my death helps to uncover the secrets of closing the ward wound, well, it's not the worst way to go. He has some balls, like he's... Respect. But before you do what you came here to do, Camellia, let me reveal my final secret to you. Here we go. Camelia's voice sounds alien and familiar. It is hoarse and low, like gravel crunching underfoot. Talk. Your mother, Iris, genuinely loved you, Camellia. After she saw how you killed that pup in the garden, She started to worry about you. It was she who insisted on the doctors and the physicists, psychics, and the exorcists. Oh. Exorcists. They all examined you, but nothing helped. You kept on killing animals. Neighboring cats, stray dogs. You told us stories about the spirits who whispered in your ear. Iris didn't believe you. Really had a special ability to communicate with spirits. I didn't think you were gifted, but I did. As if a daughter of Horgisgwyrm could be no more than a lunatic. Several years passed like that. Several very grueling years. For Iris more than myself. And then one night, I entered your room and saw Iris leaning over your bed with a pillow in her hands. I pushed her away from you. It was dark, so Iris stumbled and she hit her head on the corner of a cabinet. I buried her in the garden and planted a flower bed of camellias over her grave. I thanked the gods that you remembered nothing of that horrible night. Now you know everything, Camellia. I'm surprised that you managed to keep such secrets for all these years, Horgus. There were days when I would dreamed of my lies coming to light. One of finally being able to come clean. But then I remembered Camellia. The bloodline of Horgisgwyrm cannot be broken. You killed my mother? And you decided to tell me that now? Why? To unburden your soul? To show me you protected me back then? Maybe you're hoping I'll hesitate before I stab you in your disgusting heart? Or you're trying to make me weep for my mother, the innocent victim? Well, I don't give a damn about her. The bitch wanted me dead and she failed. Good riddance, I say? Okay, I'm trying to understand this here, because my feelings are all over. I'm trying to be an empathetic human being here, and it's really hard. And I don't give a damn about you either, Horgisgwyrm. I don't care about your bloodline or about any excuses you come up with. Do you really think that I couldn't have escaped your mention if I'd wanted to? You never acknowledged me as your daughter. It was no skin off my nose. You wanted to marry a noble woman to continue the Gwyrm line. Well, that's your own affair. You provided for me and then tried to stop me communicating with the spirits. Never wanted anything more from you. But now I don't need you anymore. I have Aygan. He will protect me and hide me from justice if it comes from me. As for you, you are just garbage left over from my former life, and it's time to dispose of you. What? Okay, I can encourage her. I can kill both of them. I can do nothing. And she will kill him. Girlan, why did you make me do this? I was fine with not completing this quest ever. What am I gonna do? God. Because you needed to know why I hate her. Everyone hates her. You don't have to reach this point in the story to hate her. You know? And that's the reason why she's the most useful character that they give you. Because they want you to have a companion that you hate. That's also a alignment choice. Unless you're playing on a very high level, you know, then just... I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. Let's experiment. Camellia, stop! She turns her clouded gaze on you. The spirits crave his blood. I crave his blood. Together we have sealed his fate. You shouldn't kill him. No matter what he's done, he's still your father. She's gonna turn to me, isn't she? She's gonna be killing me instead. The stiletto in Camelia's hand flies up and freezes in front of Horgus Guerm's heart. A moment passes, then another. Finally, Camellia exhales loudly and lowers her weapon. Leave. Get out of my life, Horgus Guerm. Horgus opened his mouth and says something, but immediately shuts it without saying a single word. He lingers for a moment, then nods briefly and leaves. He's gonna hate me. It's all over now. I have rid myself of my past. I suppose I should feel happy? Why then do I feel so tired? It was all over too quickly, don't you agree, my friend? As if something was missing. It's like having sex without climaxing. The end result is naught but exhaustion. Let's have some more fun, shall we? What? Why didn't you tell me that Horgus would be waiting for us in Canabres? I just didn't. Perhaps I wanted to surprise you? Or perhaps I was worried that you would try to talk me out of it. Did Mireia really crave Horgus' blood? Or was it you who wanted it? Yes and yes. Mireia and I are one. Her desires are my desires. We have become quite inseparable at this point. What did you have in mind? I want to make up for lost time. To let loose like never before, to celebrate my ultimate liberation. There are an awful lot of servants in this mansion. Let's gather them all in the garden and feed Mireia with their blood together, you and I. What do you say? I have never done this with another person before. Until now, you have only been an observer, and I want my first time to be with you, my friend. You ready to talk to Mireia? No, not quite yet. But don't worry, it shall be ready soon. Just one last step, one final drop. I think you have killed enough. What right do you have to tell me what to do? I did not break free from Horgus' tyranny only to surrender to yours. I am free now and I shall do as I please. Besides, it's Mireia's will. A paltry 10 servants and we shall be able to get through to her at last. The price is reasonable. I don't know what to do. Can I unpossess her? Or... Five innocent people for the secret of how to close the word wound? Is that a price worth paying? It is. But at the same time, we've been killing people over and over and over and over again all this time. And it doesn't end. So that's my point. It will never end, will it? Doesn't matter. It will never end. Let's see how far this goes. We do have a save right before this. Have fun. Please come here. Have an important announcement for you from Lord Guerm. What? You're all fired? Don't worry, Lord Worm has tasked me with ensuring that everyone is paid in full. No one will leave empty-handed.
Blood! Blood!
I suppose we are done here. We certainly had a good time, didn't we? Did you like it, my friend? It was a little different from my usual sacrifices to Maria, but mass murder does have its own appeal. It's wild, primordial, unbridled. You felt it too, didn't you? The exhilaration.
Hi guys. Hello, raiders. Hi. Hi. Hello. I'm sorry. I'm a little bit shocked with the storytelling in this game. It just, for some reason, I don't know. By the way, this was not an evil option. I did not make an evil option of killing these people. Yeah, but well, pretty much, well, Gerlon resumed everything. It just happened and just... I just murdered 10 innocent people for Camellia. Completely innocent, by the way. And now for Camellia's dark secret. Oh god, there's more?
You know, I suppose you deserve a confession. I have never said anything like this to anyone before. Are you ready? Steel yourself.
She is a lunatic. There's no spirits.
You are the best friend I could ever hope to have. You understand me. You help me. You are the best thing that has happened to me in my entire life.
I am not ready for this. This is the secret. I'm glad you think so. She's a psychopath.
You know, now that we're so close, I wish to confess
You should
something
never
else
say
to you.
no to a psychopath.
Are you ready?
God.
There is no Maria. I made her up.
She is a lunatic. She is a lunatic. You tried so hard to justify her actions. She's like Darren, you said. She's possessed, you said. Nope, none of that. Wow. Wow. I think Alcat should change her character sheet after this to true evil, which is, you know, beyond chaotic evil. It's just true evil. It's evil evil. That's Camellia. She is just a lunatic. She's just a psychopath. Yeah. Wow. This game. It takes the amulet. Oh. But why?
Isn't it obvious? To have a reasonable explanation for all the murders. So that my protector would be too busy thinking of our bright future to lecture me on morality and decency.
I would have trusted you more. She started when she was 6 years old.
I like to kill. I don't simply want it. I need it.
She is a
It is
psychopath.
something deep within me. My desire is like an annoying fly buzzing around a room. One that cannot be seen or swatted away. But the deaths of enemies on the battlefield don't bring me any relief. It comes only with the deaths of those who considered me a friend. The deaths must be unexpected, so that I can see the disbelief and dread in my victims' eyes. But I am a clever girl. I know that society would never condone my unconventional desires. So I invented a nice story that I could feed to those who would protect me from society.
She just called me her best friend. So, I'm next? What a manipulative bitch.
As you may have noticed, my lie has worked remarkably well.
She called you her friend because now it's your turn to shield her from society so she can murder for pleasure. So when you asked me to come here today so you could talk to Mireia, that was a lie. No, I'm not gonna say that. Why have you decided to tell me all of this now?
Ah, that's a good question. You would have learned the truth sooner or later, you know. I've told you too many stories about Mireia. You never would have let the matter lie. Of course, I could have left. Fled in the dead of night, leaving you a farewell note. But...
And then one day it would be your turn, Horgus. Yeah.
I like traveling with you, my friend. I like feeling the power you've shared with me. That is why I decided to take the risk and open up to you.
Where do you draw your power from then?
I draw it from the spirits, just like all shamans do. Spirits surround us. They are everywhere, even within the world wound. Only they never beg me to save them or try to tell me how to heal Socorus.
Gerland, stop making me... Look at me. Look at how I'm trying to process this. Like, I'm internally fighting myself. You're not helping. Look at my face. Like, I'm shocked. I went through the same thing. But you weren't streaming your face when you were doing this. Those were all of my thoughts. Like, I can't believe it. I mean, I can't believe it. I can't believe it. But I don't want to. I tried to change her. I failed, Aygan. I failed. Oh. An Oscar to you, my friend.
To be honest, I couldn't care less about Socorus, the World Wound, or the Crusade. My sphere of interest lies elsewhere.
What's the story behind your amulet?
This? Once a snake crawled into our garden. I killed it, gutted it, dried out its bones, and then I told Horgus about Mireia and asked him to decorate the amulet with gold and make it into a necklace.
My only solace is that I murdered her in Act 3 in my first playthrough. I didn't.
Despite its mundane origins, it is now imbued with magic that hides me from the prying eyes of Iomede's paladins and inquisitors. Daddy Dearest was quite insistent on that point. Clearly, he feared that if I were ever caught, I would reveal all the dirty secrets of the Worms to the world.
My god.
But now that I'm with you, I have no need of this amulet anymore. Do I? No one would dare lay a finger on a companion of the Crusade Commander.
I would. I most certainly would. You lied to me.
And you believed my lies. You wanted to believe that story because it sounded so pretty. So I'll take your words as a compliment.
It's not because it sounded so pretty, it's because you're a companion. You're a companion. You give experience and stuff. Oh my god. So when you asked me to come here today, so you could talk to Mirelle, that was a lie.
Of course it was. After you and I visited the brothel in Alashanira, I felt an unexpected and overwhelming desire to see my dear sweet papa. So as soon as we returned to Dresden, I made some inquiries and learned that he had moved to Nerosian. I sent him a letter inviting him to meet me at his mansion in Canabris, and that's when I asked you to accompany me.
Unbelievable.
I decided it would be best not to disclose the true purpose of our visit to you. If you had known that Horgus would be waiting for us here, you might have discerned my intentions.
Unbelievable. I've heard enough.
Is the interrogation over? Good. I was beginning to feel rather bored. So, what is your verdict, my friend?
Can't kill her because of Aya. I can't kill her because of Aya. Considering as freeing Aya from her. Would you let Aya stay with her? But goodbye, best buffs I've ever had in my party. I will have to make do without you.
So that's your decision. Well, you can give it a try, my friend. Save the last one for me.
Burn! Slice! Behead!
Please. You're nothing. Well, Aya is not protecting her, but Aya will now disappear. See? And take all of the items with her. Oh no! The items are here. No, they aren't. No. Aya's items won't return to me, huh? Yeah, Aya's items won't return to me. Bye, Aya. Goodbye.
This way.
By the way, if you refuse to do this, if you do not let her kill Horgus and then refuse to let her kill those servants, she attacks you. Makes sense. But now I failed her quest, right? No, I didn't. Hmm. How am I gonna beat the game now without Camellia? How am I gonna beat the game without Camellia? It hurts. It hurts. The negotiations ended in disaster. After a long and futile argument, the representatives of the Wary drew their weapons. In the bloody skirmish that ensued, the commander's opponents were slain, and thus the army's obedience was restored. The victory cost the Crusaders dearly. I really thought it was something else. Sad. Wow, I am shook. I am very concerned about Darren. I'm very concerned about Darren. Like so much. $42? Add units to the target's armies with a total of value of 750 times mythic rank.